So what we're going to do here and across this series of presentations is to take the Tuckman model and its 4 stages and give it a specific context. Okay, so let's take a look at what we might mean here. What's the state? Well, the state is what's going on at the moment, and right at this particular juncture we're talking about focus. So we're talking about a newly formed team, maybe a reconstituted team, or a newly tasked team, maybe where the role has changed and they're coming together. So at the forming stage, individuals, us, people, will be focusing on our own objectives, and what we're actually sort of saying is, where am I located in this? What's happening to me? What's in it for me? What does it mean for me? And that might sound quite uncomfortable questions, but the whole point of this exercise is to understand that these are quite natural questions to be asking of ourselves and of others. So we move on, or we're led through into a storming stage. In this stage, there's a tendency to focus on the challenges that other people are experiencing. Now, these can be other people in the team, and they can be people out of team, however related to it in the workplace, or they can be in other partnerships, other organisations. What's going on at that point is there's a tendency to, rather than to challenge ourselves about what might be happening that we can take some control of, that we can influence, we pass that somewhere else and say, oh, it's with the other person. Within a team, if we think about it, that can be pretty lethal, because that's destroying trust before we've started. When we are looking at our relationships with other teams, whether within the organisation or outside of it, what we may find ourselves doing is externalising the problem rather than beginning a dialogue, beginning a process by which we can sort of say, okay, what do we need to do working together to reach a resolution here? What we very often do is to develop some processes, and that's the norming stage. We need some rules by which we can play, and by which we can begin not only to understand our world, but our world becomes understandable to other people. So it's almost like, policies and processes, our reference point is, I can't go any further than this. And actually, that's fine. It gives us an opportunity to take our to take some time and catch our breath a little bit. But it is my view that it can't stay there, because it never does, because change is ongoing and dynamic and sometimes massively surprising. Where we need to be, as the name suggests, is at this performing stage, where we're actually going that extra mile for ourselves, and it is our radar that's spotting the fresh opportunities, the challenges that are arriving for us, the development opportunities, the chance to do something different, better, to re-engage or to engage in another way. That takes us to a different place, and it might in itself mean that we need to go through the circle again. The team's role may have changed. It's unstable at this point. However, what happens as a result of it is things are done better. It becomes more exciting, more engaging, and gives greater value to the organisation, to wider society that it serves, and also to the people who are involved with it. So what does it mean for us who are leading people through a process, managing people, trying to steer them through a process? I guess what we need to be able to say is, this is where I feel we are right now. Here's what's going on. Does everyone else see it this way? Have we got a context in which we can talk honestly and openly with each other? And if we can identify where we are, can we agree that these are the signs that we're likely to be seeing, and this is how we're going to deal with it, and this is how we're going to help each other through this process as we concentrate on our outcomes. Okay, well, thank you for watching this brief clip, and I hope that you'll be able to join us for the next one in this series, where we're going to take a look at trust and how that applies within the context and the framework of the Tuckman model. Thank you.